Mr. Krikorian, what do you mean by enforcement? In the hard particulars, what do you mean, and how long would you try enforcement alone before agreeing to provide a path to citizenship?
Immigration enforcement has three layers: overseas, at the border, and inside the country. And overseas, with regard to issuing visas, because remember, from a quarter to a half of the illegal population got visas and then just never left. And then at the border, again, not just the border patrol, but the crossing points where people fraudulently try to get through. And then most importantly, the part, or let me put it this way, the part that we've neglected the most, which is interior enforcement, preventing illegal immigrants from being able to get jobs, driver's licenses, etc.
How do you do that?
Well, we are in fact making some real progress there. In 1986, we made it illegal for the first time to work, to hire an illegal alien. But we didn't have a means for employers to really know who was legal and who wasn't. Now we have technology developing. There's a voluntary online system. My own center participates in it, where a new hire's Social Security number, name, and date of birth are verified. Likewise, the Social Security Administration knows whose Social Security numbers that have been submitted by employers are fake or belong to someone else. Doing a better job of that kind of hygiene in the labor market, making sure that people who provide Social Security numbers are really the ones that deserve those numbers, and that others are not allowed to use them and not allowed to be employed, can have an enormous effect in turning the magnet of jobs off and making it as difficult as possible to live here as an illegal alien.
And producing the attrition you think would,
yes, exactly.
would result.
And we're seeing it work now.
Yeah.
I believe as strongly as Mark Krikorian that we need effective immigration enforcement. We need immigration enforcement on the border, and we need immigration enforcement in the workplace. I've helped design pieces of the legislation that have the kind of workplace enforcement that Mark is talking about. But it has to go with an adequate legal supply of workers. The point is that these workers are good for our economy, and we pretend we need about 1.5 million a year. We only let in 1 million. It's as if we were making cars here and had to import the steel, but our steel quotas were 2/3 too low. Once we bring the quotas into line with what the market generates, then we should enforce that. And we should enforce before, but enforcement goes with realistic quotas. So we get away from a nudge, nudge, wink, wink system where we have unrealistic quotas that we know we don't really enforce, and we get realistic laws that we stick to like we mean it.
But Tamar, what you're saying is that we're not going to do that enforcement
until
you get the amnesty and the increased visas.
I'm not saying that. But they go, no. I think we do need enforcement, but the system that works will be when they go together. You have a car, it has an engine, and it has brakes.
So why don't we try enforcement?